Right, we've got Mark White with us. After a disappointing 3-2 loss, I felt, I think we deserved a draw, to be honest. I don't know how you felt about it.
Yeah, obviously. It depends which way you want to sort of cut and paste this. There's so much you can say about the game today and the situation in general. I want to just say though, first of all, massive thanks to our fans who were phenomenal kicking towards them second half, and I really appreciate their support from me and the boys and the team. Listen, if we're talking macro, so as a club, as a team, we can't score 4 goals to win every game.
You said that earlier.
Okay. The goals we gave away, Jasper Pattenden has to do better for the first goal. Don't see how we're not goal side of Michael Cheek. Yeah. They were certainly goal side the whole game. I'll come on to that. And Joe Walsh makes a horrific error that basically cost us the game. Joe's here, phenomenal keeper, but he made a massive howler. And I said to Joe at the end, for me, it's not really about getting your head up actually. It's the opposite really, this is where we learn a bit about himself really and dig deep, because that was a massive error in the context of that game. Bromley down to 10 men. I don't see any way anyone got to earth that game's not a minimum 2-2. How many games at Meadowbank have we seen where against 10 we'll just run off with it, Chesterfield down here, etc, etc. But yeah, mistake for the first goal, tiny little bit of a mix-up, must do better. Jasper, Cookie, Dan need to watch it back. Second goal, it's a corner, it's nips in front of Isaac. People score set pieces, that's what they're there, that's their plan. So, well done, Bromley. And third goal, obviously, we've gifted them a 2-goal cushion. I don't think we could have had more possession if we had tried second half. I think genuinely we could not do anything more than what we've done. I thought the back 4 it was at the end were phenomenal at Bromley. I thought the defensive shape was absolutely fantastic, and you have to credit other teams. The keepers made a save that was, you would never see a better save than that if you watched every match of the day in every country tonight. For that one at the near post, I think from Taylor, Josh Taylor, was unbelievable. Jimmy Mewett puts it over, hit the bar, puts it over from 6 yards out. We done pretty much everything on the ball that we could do. Edge the balls, well, they got their wingers in. They got their wingers in, and then when Bob and Jim got the ball in them high areas, they made sure they forced them backwards. So, they needed to work out a bit quicker. I'm either going to take him on and whip it in the box, or I'm just going to whip it in the box. That's to make quicker decisions on what they did. But we did see them make quick decisions, and Bobby Joe in particular put some rasping balls across the box. They defended really well. And you have to credit them for that. And they celebrated in the way they should have celebrated. And their fans did as well. And thanks to their fans for coming down. They celebrated like that was a good one to win, and it was a really good one to win. So credit Andy, his management team and their fans. And from our point of view, obviously, everyone would go home tonight going, well, that could have been 5 or 6-2. But you can't make excuses. It wasn't. I chose to put a new goalie in, and he put one. He put one in his own net. So I take that blame. That's to be me. But I'm in charge. That's the bottom line. But it's not a time for weak mentalities. I'm not weak. It's not a time for, and I'm sure the fans wouldn't in a million years start worrying or anything like that. We've got to keep working hard. It does change my perspective on our next couple of games. I won't be rushing new players in the side, to be quite frank, if I'm honest with you. It's important that we haven't got time to both look for a win and at the same time blend players in. So we've got to be really careful with that, Gary. But that's where we are, mate. That's where we are. It's we concede. We have to score 4 goals a game to win a game of football, every single game. And You know, Torquay, Dan Dillington didn't have a great game. You know, you can't just keep going through it, going, yeah, what about that bloke? What about this bloke? It's Dorking Wanderers. It's the team. It's all of them. It's me. It's the management team. That's it. So we're disappointed, but it is one game. It is one game, Daz, and I do feel like we'll get it right. I do feel like we'll get it right. I've got all the experience in the world to rely upon. We need to consolidate what we're doing at the moment. That's really important. We've got a lot of boys at Halifax that I'll put in the team Tuesday that didn't even feature today. Boys that weren't named and boys that were on the bench that will just start. I think it'll be as many as 5 or 6 changes. And that's not because I'm disappointed with these boys today.
No.
It's just because we've got a lot of great players and we need to find a winning combination.
Solution, yeah.
We need to find something that we can go, there you go. We've done well there. So, you know, that's what we'll do. And we look forward to going to Halifax, mate. And we need to be very brave at the moment and just get on with it.
I thought some positives. I thought Jasper had I thought everybody started quite slowly the game. It felt like a real slow pace we went.
Obviously, yeah, the head injury.
Not
done
only
really
him,
well.
I thought the team was quite slow start. I don't know if you felt the same. The atmosphere felt quite low. I don't know.
It did. You know, like Cookie and Jasper in particular. So when we was working the ball into them wide overloads, and these boys haven't played for us, and they don't know how we play. So at times the ball was, we weren't maybe playing on the outside of them like we normally would, and getting balls in the box. And said to Jasper, like, look, you need to understand, we're not a team that runs inside, we play outside. But
he grew into the game, mind.
It was great, and you know what? He took a massive whack in his head, which is the main reason that I took him off.
Yeah.
Because I thought that he'd done well. He had a headache as well.
Yeah,
he had a
spoke to
headache.
him. Yeah.
And Seb Bauman's Achilles, he got a massive kick on it. So you know, that's why Seb came off. I wanted to get Alfie Egan on today. I think Alfie's been doing really well, but at the end of the day, the subs weren't no issues. We had as much ball as we could have done in any players that went on. So yeah, that's where we are really, mate. I thought Bromley, got to credit them. Their defensive shape was excellent, and it was excellent 11 v 11. They were just dropping off. A lot to be learned about that for our management team and with what we're doing. Do you know what I mean? Because you know, understanding how to have a defensive structure is obviously key, and I thought they'd done it brilliantly.
Why did you bring Sammy Alab on? Could you have brought Alfie Egan on instead, you feel, or not? I know it's hindsight, but I'm just
Seb
asking.
Bauman was injured.
Okay.
Seb Bauman was injured, so we needed to take Bobby out the back three. Simple as that. That was it.
He was my man of the match, probably Joe Taylor.
You know,
I thought.
we had to take him out the back three and put him in 1-on-1, and as it goes, if you look at the way he finished the last half out, Bobby, you know, he couldn't really have done a lot more than what he'd done. It's important. I understand the frustration. No one more than me, but we can't get frustrated. None of us. We've got to everyone's got to be bold enough to go, right, it's 3 points, ain't good. And what you've got to do is visualise that 2-0 win, and you've got to visualise those building blocks that you're looking for. This is a great side. You know, look, possession today, forget that. It'll be ridiculous. It'll be 80%. Second half, but it should be against 10 men. But you know what matters is us finding. You know, there are lots of positives, but you cannot hide away from one win in the last 6 or something, or whatever it might be. You can't hide away from the facts, mate. That's where we are.
Yeah, definitely. So we go, any injuries? Well, obviously, I'm not about sure. Josh Taylor looked like he was limping at one time. Not his ankle again, I'm not sure. But
yeah, his ankle will be sore, really.
So there's a few little niggles out there still.
Well, listen, mate, we will just put in everybody and anybody on Tuesday. We'll go there to win. The team we put out will be a really good team, but there'll be a lot of changes. We're not going to play boys with fragilities. You know, we're going to rest them. We're not in any panic. We've got a lot of games coming up, and we need to be super smart. We've got boys of the quality, Nicky Wheelers, these boys that weren't named today. You know, these boys will play.
Definitely. Well, thanks for your time, Mark.
Cheers,
and,
mate.
good luck on Tuesday.
Cheers, mate.